Today we have the director, Danish Butt. So Danish, what inspired you to create such a film?
Well, I was reading blogs online by students and part of the the student protests, and one of the students seemed to not care. He just complained about that one day he was hungry, and I read into him and I got in contact with the guy, and the story was just touching.
When you say touching, where exactly did it touch you?
Well, mainly around my arse crack area. It never directly got inside my anus, but I think that was because the guy was just obsessed with eating food that he was afraid of shitting it out. I think he has a problem with that because he likes to keep, a nice level, not be hungry again. I think he has a problem with that. But yes, around my arse crack and my testicles.
As you can hear, my crew behind me are laughing, and they find it humorous that you'd say it would touch you in such a place.
But if they ever got inspiration like that themselves, they'd understand how a true artist works.
So tell us, open up a bit of your emotional connection towards making the film.
No emotional connection really connected to it at all. Mostly sexual connections. The fact that I was banging half of the cast, which I couldn't bang myself, really.
Lies.
Hi.
Donald, Craig.
Right, yeah, just
Just wait for you to have your orange juice because I've got all the time of the day,
Right, welcome. We're talking to the main characters of the cast for the film.
Hi. Funny thing is, I actually got loads of stuff to drink and eat.
And why is that, Donald?
This is a movie. It's fictional.
It's fictional, but what I like about the movie is the fact that you did method acting, I believe. You actually had to starve yourself to become really hungry in order to get into your roles.
Yeah, we did, yeah.
It was last time we shot the film in February 2011, but we hadn't eaten since 2008, which is when we got the movie parts, and they said to her,
It was a commitment.
It was a definite
And it was a
commitment.
struggle, but we did it, didn't we?
Yeah.
Quite proud of ourselves.
I mean, because obviously when I got the part of the film, I did actually weigh 45 stone, and I've clearly lost a bit of weight since then from the starvation exercise. But I just, I'm so interested in acting, and throughout the film, I really broke the fourth wall, didn't I? I really broke the fourth wall.
Yes, you did.
There's a lot of Brechthian devices and stuff like that.
Who was your main source of inspiration for getting into your role, Jodie?
Well, it was you, obviously.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm just a man with a camera.
But that's what she's talking about, the man with the
When
camera.
I saw you in that porno with Donald here, it inspired me. It really did. It was a beautiful film. I think everybody should watch it. What was the website again?
Slutload.com.
Yes. Oh, can't get over it. It's a beautiful moment in my life. It really was. Touched me. Moved me even.
I touched myself.
Do you think that was your groundbreaking performance into the acting career, Donald?
I mean, I've had a lot of good films out. I was in War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise. I also played the part of Frodo in The Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good moment.
And I got asked to do Draco Malfoy for the Harry Potter series, but I turned it down because it's not big enough for me. The role wasn't.
Do you think the acting role wasn't challenging enough, and it didn't really require much?
It was basic, I mean, when you say child's play, when you think that Daniel Radcliffe and Emma Watson and Rupert Grint why are you laughing? This is we're literally children.
Marijuana,
Yeah, she's always on the Mary Jane, and she's
Yeah.
always giggling. But yeah, I mean, the whole role here, I was really inspired by Victoria Beckham to just starve myself and become, this starving thing. And actually, I hate kebabs, and the whole film centres around.
He's actually a fitness fanatic.
Yeah.
Don't you think the the film itself represents a story of realistic life, of how students are hungry, then they go to the first thing that they can see is junk food.
Definitely.
No, not at all.
Really?
I think the government gives students loads of money. It gives them thousands upon thousands
so
of pounds.
So much so that, you know, you have to go over your overdraft, isn't that right, Donald?
Yeah, I mean...
Bit of gossip for you there,
yeah.
Donald Craig.
And the thing is, you know, the government always provides enough money for the students to actually pay for decent accommodation and food every day of their lives, you know, £1,000 per 3 months. Sounds about right.
Yeah.
How much does that work out to? £300 a month? What, £75 a week? Yeah, perfect! Perfect. Clothing, laundry, food, cigarettes,
so why do people get into these situations, Donald?
I was being completely sarcastic throughout all of that speech.
Well, speaking on the topic of politics, is it true that you took up this role essentially to lose weight and to get into the in crowd as a hot celebrity with a hot body?
It all started in primary school, didn't it, babe?
I mean,
it's quite an upsetting moment in Donnie's life, and it's very personal. I think you should appreciate this information. It's alright, babe. Just tell them about the days when that guy gave you that wedgie in PE. How does it make you feel?
The fact that I was a little bit of a chubby kid meant the wedgie hurt 10 times more.
Sorry, it's marijuana.
I literally lost my underpants up my arse crack.
And what was the worst part is there were skidders.
I mean,
just let it out, babe, just let it out.
All this emotion, some of your closest and personal friends and even your fans would say that all your movies have underlying content which revolves back to your childhood, especially The Man with Half a Cock, your third movie you ever made. I know this is a very emotional time for you, but
please remind them of the story, Donnie.
I was actually in Brazil. No, it wasn't Brazil. Sorry, it was Australia. I say Brazil, and I was.
Brazil was the.
Like you had on the break.
Brazil was when you made the film Brazil with Robert De Niro and the sequel Brazilian Nuts.
Yeah.
It's an easy mistake to make. Don't judge him.
Yeah, it was a Brazilian Nuts was a bit of an odd sequel for Brazil, but anyway, long story short, I was in Australia. I was having a fight with a kangaroo and an alligator at the same time, and actually the alligator just bit my cock off. Just bit half of it off, so half of it is now a metal extension. You know, like Star Wars, Luke Skywalker loses his arms and stuff, and he has the robot part.
I mean, many top-class celebrities, such as, I think it's Matt Lucas or George Lucas? George Lucas, yes, of course, the creator of Star Wars, yes. I mean, people like him look up to you with, especially since the story about your penis inspired the movie, which, you know, focused on the topic of erectile dysfunction and not only a man losing his cock.
Yes, you're talking about the film Up.
Yes.
And actually, that was a...
Why are you laughing?
The Mary Jane. It's the weed I had before.
It's Temptation. That's another film that's going to be out.
Temptation, yeah. That's her solo flick. That's her first solo flick. She's
It's about me being a crackhead. And how I got into that position.
I believe it's the only Hollywood blockbuster to ever have just one character in the whole film.
Well, it's because it's me.
Actually, yeah. I mean, I was going to say I Am Legend.
I did fight Victoria Beckham for it, but she snapped in the process, didn't she?
She fell over. She broke. She actually broke in half, clean in half, like.
Them poor kids. Horlicks every night to get myself to sleep.
I don't even know how she got them out. They're wider than her as babies, aren't they?
Well, that's gossip, isn't it? Really?
Oh, yeah,
we
true.
can really discuss this, you know.
Sorry, Hollywood gossip. No, but I guess the whole film, haven't eaten in 24 hours. It reminds me of a lot of 127 hours of the man who cut his arm off and all the sacrifices we had to make in order to.
God bless his soul.
God bless his cotton socks.
Yes, cotton socks.
Cotton socks. In fact, I'm wearing cotton socks. If you.
I don't think they need to know this, Donald.
They're actually that's CK. It stands for Chihuahua Cumby, I think, or something like that. Some big designer label.
You actually helped them to make that label, didn't you, babe?
Yeah, Chihuahua Cumby. I mean, some people say we're ripping off Calvin Klein, but
I mean, of course, moving on, earlier on we did watch a clip of a short independent film you made by yourself, where you follow a line of cocaine. It's all filmed in black and white, of course, but all you do is snort it and follow it along, and it goes for miles and miles. Of course, I'm not going to reveal the ending, but because it hasn't been released yet. But
well, that's more of an artistic film.
Yes. Do you think you're getting into your more artsy side of things?
I definitely think the film noir thing's really my kind of area to.
I mean,
I don't think we should discuss
the fact that you put a bit of black ink on your skin to get in touch with your African roots, even though you do not look African.
Yeah.
People say that might be racist.
People.
Well, it's actually a 12th African, so.
Yeah, and that's South African though, so it doesn't really matter. But that's besides what I mean.
And that's where your German roots are, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to I actually had to travel to the West Indies. I wasn't going to fucking travel to Africa, they might kill me.
Yes, true.
So I went to Jamaica and said sorry, and actually I almost died, but I made the effort to apologise.
Some of your fans in South Africa do want you to travel to Africa, but how do you feel about this? Since since the campaign against AIDS, you said "fuck Africa." I mean, it's a bit of a bold statement.
Well, he was drunk at the time, so you got to really understand that.
And what I meant was actually I was promoting. When I said "fuck Africa," I meant Africans should be fucking. They should fuck.
Yeah, that's a good cover.
Fuck
that, yeah.
Africa. Like a command.
Yes. Fuck, comma, Africa.
Yes.
Yes.
Again, it's his German side coming out, and then he just can't help it. It's in his genes.
And I was promoting them to have sex and feel comfortable with the fact that AIDS was an issue that should be solved.
He's a lover, not a fighter.
Right on the G-spot, right there.
Yeah.
Hit the G-spot, the clitoris.
Later, babe, later.
Sorry.
You can cut that out.
You can edit that bit.
Yeah.
Later. Right. Have you any more questions for me?
No, not really.
Well, I think that wraps it up, doesn't it? Yeah. Let's go.
Let's go.